And he's probably the biggest steel fabricator in New York.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Good for him.
New York State.
Oh, wow.
If the man is the problem, the woman will always say he can't get it up. He shows up to the office on the Harley with the oxygen tank and the thing tied up.
Shut the hell
I
up.
swear to God.
No, he didn't.
Fully
No, he
dedicated.
didn't.
And then he parked and then lit a cigarette.
What do you think about Donald Trump? I think he's a good guy. Yo.
Man,
Bro.
I've been so super excited for
Are you
this
pumped?
episode. Yeah,
I've been
the man, the
so
myth, the legend.
Pumped, bro. Paul Sr. from Orange County Choppers is
Well,
in
let's
the
make
house.
it clear, Orange County in New York.
Yes,
That's
yes,
right.
yes.
Because
I
I'm
do.
telling you, every person I've ever talked to thought it was in California.
Really?
Yeah, Orange County. I mean, think about it.
But here's the thing. A lot of our shows, like I did all the riding shots on every bike that we built. I would do the riding shot after it was built to make sure it was okay.
Yes.
But a lot of times there was like 2 feet of snow on the ground.
Oh, shit, that's New
So
York.
it was
You're
like,
right. Why the
that
hell
had
would
to
you
be a
think it's
hint.
Cali? You're right.
That had to be a hint.
That is a hint. I didn't even think about it.
You're right.
I'm like, wait,
Yeah.
did it snow in
Yeah,
California?
it
What
did.
the
It
hell?
did. I remember.
And like 20 layers of clothes.
Hey, we're gonna put a poll on this. Did you guys think it was Orange County, New York, or California?
Yes.
We're gonna put a poll.
So on my arm here, and I had it done on the show, it says, there's a tattoo
I think
here,
I remember
and it
that.
says New York on it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're right,
that's
you're
crazy.
right, bro, you're
That's
right.
old school though.
How many seasons did you end up recording in total? Because I know there's a
I
lot.
think we did over 250 shows.
Yeah, that's crazy. And you had a huge
1 hour
facility.
shows, yeah.
Yeah, you had a huge facility too, right? What is it, like
We had
60,000 square feet or
100,000
something?
square feet.
100,000 square
Yeah,
feet
it was
facility.
big.
Imagine. That's insane.
Yeah,
That's
it was
insane.
big.
And you
I
were,
mean, pretty every big chopper ever out was.
Well, I
and
think-
everybody loves it except Jay Leno. That's the only person.
yeah, that's something.
Listen, but
They loved it too. You know, they love to hate you.
No,
you know?
they do
Jay
that.
Leno, but look, Jay Leno is like boring. So
Yeah,
he
yeah,
likes
yeah.
it
He's
how
boring.
it is. He's a boring person. So like
Yeah.
for me, I like a wide body. I like a twin turbo. I like a supercharger. If you don't like that and you like it stock and boring, that's Jay Leno. Look at
Yeah.
all his cars. I mean,
it is.
yes.
They are pretty stock and boring.
Yeah, you know, I was on his show probably 4 or 5 times.
Oh, really?
And I was on Letterman 7, 8 times.
Oh, shit.
So Letterman really loved us, you know.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I'll tell you the difference, and it makes all the difference. Kind of like this, in a sense, is that when you're on with Letterman, sky's the limit, man.
Say whatever the hell you want.
There's no cue cards, no.
Yeah, it doesn't
you
matter. It's
go,
not scripted.
you know?
It's
Yeah.
not scripted.
But when you're on Leno, he does the cue cards.
Oh, I see what you're
And
saying.
it kind of ruins everything because you could
Yeah.
be in the middle of something,
Yeah.
but he's got to stick to his cue
Yeah,
card.
of course.
So
Or he'll
it's
cut you
like-
off or
It
something.
feels
Yeah,
fake.
it's not
It's
cool.
unnatural.
Yeah, it does. It
Yeah.
does.
Like I like Jay Leno, but I just feel like as a car person, like if you're really a car person or really a motorcycle person, when you buy it stock, are you really kind of boring? Like you're
Yeah.
not doing anything to it. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
Listen, I built him a replica of excuse me, what I'm not sure. It's a 40-something bike, and the bike really came out nice. I don't know if you've seen the.
I did. I have
Yeah,
seen it.
yeah.
It looks super cool.
It's really a cool
Yeah,
bike.
I loved it.
And all the in my restaurant, I have all my. The whole place is covered with all my memorabilia,
Yes.
but there's a section of just cars and bikes that I've been on the cover of the magazines and whatnot. And then there's one of him there, and it says the specs on the bike. And the specs, like he's talking about the geometry and all that
Yeah.
stuff, is stock Softail Harley specs.
Yeah.
So what are you talking about?
What are you
man?
complaining?
It's some bullshit.
Yeah.
Honestly,
You
like
know, all
I
disc
took it
brakes.
personal.
Yeah.
I felt like I took it personal. I feel like he was talking about me when I seen it. So,
Yeah, I
like,
saw an interview
But
that
he kind
Paul
of looked
did.
like he just was in a bad mood.
Yeah,
Yeah,
was,
he was pissy
was.
for some
Yeah, he
reason.
was
Yeah, it was just
just pissy, I
pissy.
think,
And a lot of
yeah.
the parts that you use, I mean, they're all aftermarket. They're all high end, best
they're all
companies.
high-end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
You're not going
There's
to use
no
some cheap
junk
shit.
there, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, but he's also a little like they asked him like, "Oh, what's your favorite car to drive?" And he said the Acura NSX. I'm like, he's boring. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
I love Jay, and I love his car.
He said that because he probably got it for nothing.
Yeah,
for sure,
exactly. That's
exactly.
100% true.
Fact. He probably was an advertiser or marketing for that company.
Yeah.
By the way, funny stories. We're talking about motorcycle. I have a patient that has horrible COPD, right? And like a big oxygen tank, and loves riding his Harley. Like it's a must. So I told him, hey, be careful, taking your oxygen tank. So he shows up to the office on the Harley with the oxygen tank and the thing tied up.
Shut the hell up.
I swear to God.
No, he didn't.
Fully dedicated. And then he parked and then lit a cigarette. While he has the oxygen tank on, I swear to God, with the oxygen tank in the back, he was enjoying the hell out of that. You know when you end a ride on a motorcycle, especially smokers, it's like, God, that cigarette feels so good. I feel like people that ride bikes, it's just, they love it. I will say Florida's not the best place in the world to do it, though.
Well, like where my shop and restaurant is, I don't want to ride my bike there. But where my home is in Brooksville is just farms.
Yeah.
So
It's
it's better.
There's not
road.
a lot of traffic and it's open roads. It's really nice.
Beautiful, yeah, I'm
it's
sure.
just like the only reason I moved to Florida, me and my wife had a place in Delray, which was good. Delray's fun, you know what I mean? Yeah. But it's not like you cannot ride a bike. You ride a bike, it's every 10 minutes or 5 minutes you're at a stop sign and on and on. So I always said I'd never live in Florida.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, here.
Well, here's what happened. I did a show for in Clearwater for a resort. What the hell's the name of the resort? I don't remember. And I said at the dinner table when we were sitting down, I said if there was a place in Florida that looked like the country, I would live there.
You would live.
Yeah, I would live
Brooksville
there.
it was.
So the dude says, I can take you to a place like that. It's only an hour from here. So the next day we got up, and he took us to the place that I live in now.
Yeah.
I went and saw the house and bought it right there.
You bought it. You're like, oh my God.
How many
love it.
acres is it?
11.
Wow,
Oh,
beautiful.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That's like my dream,
it's
to have
nice.
just 11 acres, animals. Like, that's the life.
Do you got is it a museum that you have? Is it in Clearwater or St. Pete?
It's
Kind of between Clearwater,
Clearwater, yeah.
right? And is it just
49th
basically
Street.
just a lot of like memorabilia, like choppers?
I'll tell you. So all the years that I did TV, from day one, I kept every piece of memorabilia that people gave me. We had 75 licensees, from doorknobs to Christmas bulbs, mats. We had every jackets, whatever. We had 75 licensees. So I kept all that stuff, knives,
stuff.
everything, cool, some cool stuff. And when I came down from the place in New York to the
Brooksville.
Yeah.
The restaurant is the museum.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I brought 2 50-foot containers of just memorabilia.
Holy
50 foot.
shit.
So when you go into my restaurant,
Yeah.
there's like 14-foot walls, and they did them all out of plywood and painted them. And every inch of the walls, and it's 15,000 square feet.
I haven't been there. We
Fuck,
gotta
that's
do that.
huge.
Yeah.
When can we go? Is it open? Like
we should before we
every
release
day?
it.
All the
Before
time.
we release it, we should go.
Yeah, and
get
then we'll just
a
take some
really
pictures.
good edit and a dope video
Yes.
of it, and that way.
What do you
You
what
would like it.
type of food?
It's traditional food.
Traditional,
It's
like
good food,
burgers
though.
and stuff.
Yeah,
and, okay,
steaks,
nice
fish,
steaks. Nice.
Oh, man, that sounds amazing.
Honestly, we gotta make a trip to
The
Clearwater.
food's
then.
good. The food's
And
good.
tell the people what's the name of the restaurant.
It's OCC Roadhouse.
Oh,
OCC
nice.
Roadhouse in Clearwater. Check it out, guys.
Yeah.
We're actually gonna check it out. So I'm pretty excited. We'll try out some steaks and go
You know
see
what?
some memorabilia.
I don't like to brag about any of my stuff, but the restaurant to me is like an experience.
Yeah.
You know, we have the 9/11 wall in there. It's
beautiful.
bigger than this whole room, and it's just patches and stuff that we receive from all the first responders, and the whole wall is just you have
That's
to see it.
amazing.
And I have the fireman bike right there.
Oh, you have that? Yes, I remember the fireman
there.
bike.
And we have the POW bike. It was just some cool. We have the original. I have the original pilot bike. Before we did this, even did the series.
For the series.
Yeah.
When the series aired in, was it 2008?
2002.
2002. I know you guys. I know there was a pause. I know, and you started recording. I know you did like this. There was a show that you came on. You rode the bike.
TLC, They moved us to TLC because TLC needed ratings.
Oh, okay. You were on Discovery initially.
Yes,
Discovery
we were
Channel,
on
yeah.
Discovery for 5 or 6 years or something like that.
Yeah.
And then they put us on TLC, and that's not really art. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we didn't do too good there. So
Gotcha.
finally they said, all right, we're going to put you back on Discovery. I don't know how many years in between, but then we got back on Discovery. That's where we belonged,
yeah.
And I don't know how many years. I think our last show was probably 3-4 years ago.
Wow.
We did a
Okay.
That's a
special.
long time. And then
Yeah, I
the
remember.
drama between you and Junior, I feel like without that, like the show would not be the show.
Yeah.
Like a lot of that, was that scripted or was that like real?
No, and that's the kind of relationship that we really have. But I think that it's like when I saw the show at first, I was like, if you think about it, right? We're on Discovery Channel, which is ants and bugs, and,
It's supposed to be
you
like,
know? And then here comes the tunnels.
Badass with
the
tattoos
most
and
rare
shit.
Jaguar ever. Next, OCC.
So we kind of really think about it, change the face of Discovery.
For sure. But you also kind of expanded your viewers, right? Because some people might like that kind of stuff to watch too.
But believe it or not, the bigger part of our viewership is families.
Oh, nice.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
Well, because you
100%.
guys are like a reality family. You guys are a family
You know what it
oriented
is,
show.
AJ?
Yeah.
I think when people watch the show, they feel like they're like us.
Yeah.
And they feel like they're family. And like you start getting so involved, you're like, I feel like Senior is my dad and
Yeah.
Junior is my
Yeah.
brother. Like
Yeah.
you feel like you're so involved in it.
Well, it's still to today. I still have a big fan base. You know,
Yeah.
people are still fans. You know,
Yeah.
and the biggest thing that they'll say is that don't forget this is decades. So
Yeah.
the kids that sat down with their father and watched the show are
adults now.
sitting down with their kids.
Yeah,
That's
you're watching the show.
crazy.
That's
That's
nuts.
so-
And that's like one of the biggest things people say. We got together as a family.
Yeah. Yeah.
My mother, my sister, everybody. We made sure Monday night was our night to get, and that everybody got together on Monday night.
I love
and
that.
watched this dysfunctional
I love it. I love it.
people. You know, I
And
guess,
do you know how many people after you guys started creating stuff like
Everybody.
this? Because right now, like YouTube channels for motorcycles and cars is huge. I mean, people
I'm
are
starting
making
mine
a
next week.
shitload of
Oh,
money.
really?
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Let me tell you,
Yeah.
YouTube is. There's a guy named
big, right?
Stradman. He just bought a Koenigsegg for like $3.5 million, and all he did was YouTube. He started just filming. And it's
Yeah.
huge. It's money.
that's what.
But you're gonna kill it.
I'm working with a company because I don't know that much about it.
Yeah, of course. You just show up.
And it's. I mean, people that don't even have close to my notoriety.
Yeah.
Or they make tons of money, man.
Yeah.
Too much money.
Yeah, shitload.
Tons of money.
I'll tell you right now, if you
Crazy,
get the
right?
right people and catch the algorithm, because here's the thing, you've been
Yeah.
around for so long.
Yeah, yeah,
it's
your
gonna be
face is
easy.
everywhere.
Your
It's gonna
name
be
by
easy for you.
itself, by itself will catch the algorithm
100%.
nonstop.
Yeah, every motorcycle lover is gonna follow and subscribe to that channel. It's 100%.
All you need to do is start.
Family.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Trust me when I tell you, there'll be more
Families.
watching. If you come to my restaurant, you're going to see mostly families.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
bikers, of course.
Yeah,
there,
of course,
you know?
of course. But there's also families. 'cause they
Also,
love
the
environment.
bikers are not what people think. Like most of my patients are bikers.
Yeah.
And they're not what people think they are because they
Yeah.
got tattoos. They look a certain
Yeah.
way. They're usually the nicest
They're
freaking
teddy
people
bears.
ever.
True.
Yeah, 100%.
They're so loving, so nice.
Yeah, yeah, they are.
Yeah.
And bro, growing up watching Paul, like I had this. I looked up to him so much, and I was like, God, I want to be him so bad, because he was just he was this badass that just like didn't give a fuck, right? He was just
He's
badass,
also
making
talented,
badass
man.
bikes.
The bikes you build are insane.
fact,
How do you think
fact.
about three wheel? I wanted to ask you this so bad.
You know, I just built the three-wheeler for a foundation, actually. I'm not a three-wheeler guy.
That's
yeah.
what I think. I
don't
think you're
mind
gonna.
that.
You're not
don't
getting to
knock
that
it,
point,
you
right?
know what
where
I
you're-
mean? I'm just
Yeah,
not.
nah.
And I think I see him going down the road, and you know, some people have to resort to that. I guess.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, yeah, at
I
a
don't
certain
know if I
point.
would.
At a certain point,
might,
do you
you
still
know.
ride though?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The
I
love
rode
that
my
it brings
choppers,
to
man.
people,
Yeah.
it's not normal.
So
like
would-
I have couples that love it. They just their favorite thing. They can't move. They can't do anything. Him and his wife. She rides on the back, and he just loves it. Like the love that they have for it is like I don't know.
How many bikes do you own?
I don't own them much anymore. Maybe 9 or 10.
So all the bikes you built were for other people.
Pretty much for other
on the show.
people, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
We did the tribute bikes. Like that's why
Yeah.
I have the fireman bike and the POW and
Yep.
Falling Heroes and
Yes.
Jet. But you know what I mean. We did a lot of.
And what do you do with those
tribute
bikes? I mean, you just
They're
give
in my
them.
museum.
Oh my
The
God.
museum. Well, I mean, so I think you and I are pretty connected now. Do you? I have my motorcycle license. Can I ride with you at a certain point? Would you let me?
Sure.
Yeah.
What do you ride?
Honestly,
Don't tell him.
no,
Crotch rocket.
no, okay, no, hold on.
You know, I got to tell you something.
Tell
Okay,
me.
to me, I never judge a person by what he rides. And if he's riding a scooter, you could ride with me.
Okay,
I
I
love
appreciate
that.
it.
Okay.
And
I respect that.
Okay,
You know
so
what I
first
mean?
of all, before my brother embarrassed me,
Yeah, crotch
yes,
rocket.
that's when I started on crotch rockets. But then the older I got, I became more into Harleys because I like cruisers. I like to cruise, and they were too fast and too uncomfortable. I'd like to be comfortable. So yeah, I was cruise like V-Rods. I like V-Rods and stuff. You know,
You do like the V-Rods.
Yeah, V-Rods are
I love
comfortable.
that.
You know?
The only- my
Cruisers
only-
are too big. I feel like the cruisers are just so
I don't
heavy
ride it
and
because I
big.
look for. So the first time I ever rode a motorcycle, I just I watched myself riding it. And you know those people that start when they turn, they look a certain way. I couldn't get over how bad I looked.
Yeah,
So I couldn't get to the next
So
phase.
you don't ride.
Yeah,
No, I
yeah,
can't
he
do it.
doesn't-
I
he
look
doesn't
so
like it.
stupid riding bikes, man.
No, man,
And I
it's
also love the adrenaline rush, so I feel like I would die on a motorcycle. I really do.
Yeah.
I feel
Well,
like
you
you
know,
gotta respect the road.
Well, choppers, Harleys, cruisers are a little bit different than your typical crotch rockets. You know, they're very heavy.
different.
They're very heavy, and yeah, you could go fast, but the reality of it is you enjoy just the ride. I don't think people who don't ride motorcycles understand the feeling of riding the motorcycle. You are literally, it's you, the bike, and the road. This is your antidepressant, your anti-anxiety. You let loose, and honestly, the respect you have. There's a lot of people who don't respect motorcyclists, and I hate drivers who don't care. You need to
Yeah,
kind of
me
look
too.
both ways. Use signals. Be respectful to motorcycles. Remember that you hit him, he's gonna die. You're gonna get a fender bender. You know what I'm saying? Like it's got to be very dangerous. So please take care of the
And don't
motorcycles
ride
and watch
so
out.
close to the bike in front of you because their brakes are so much stronger.
Yeah,
that's
there's
what they
just-
always told me. Because so many people died because people are riding right behind you, and the brakes on the motorcycle are so strong.
Yeah, it's just
they always
boom.
get hit from
Yeah,
behind.
a lot of people do get hit from behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the brakes are way strong. Once you stop on the bike,
I
it's
look in my rearview mirror every time I stop.
Yeah, you have
I
to.
always look in my rearview mirror
trust
because
people
that's
for
where
that.
you're going to get it.
Have you
Yeah.
ever fell off a bike?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
How many? And so since we're doctors, this is kind of a good question. How many injuries you have from motorcycles?
Not a lot.
Wow.
I've been fortunate, and I've had some really, really
Scary.
bad accidents.
Bad accidents.
You know? Yeah. I was me and my wife. We go to every year in Orlando.
Yeah.
We go to. We're involved in Make a Wish Foundation.
Yeah,
So
beautiful.
they have a big thing there
Event.
every year, big event there, and we were there maybe 3-4 years ago somewhere. And we ride together all the time. She rides choppers too, Mara.
Yeah. Oh, badass.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah,
Badass.
yeah, she does. She
love it.
She's good too.
Nice.
But I always let her lead, you know.
Yeah.
And I follow her, and we were on like a 3-lane or 4-lane highway, and she went into the left lane to turn left, and even though I know she looks for me to make sure
That you're there.
it's okay,
Yeah, that's okay,
I
yeah.
still look anyhow.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So I look too, and there's no cars there, so I start leaning into the lane, and as I lean into the lane, the next thing I'm leaning on the car. So the car sped up, and next thing he was next to me, and when I leaned, excuse me. I gotta get some of that water. I'm going down the road, leaning on her car.
You're just riding like this.
Yeah,
Leaning
yeah.
like a
Just
cholo.
leaning.
Yeah, laying up against her car.
Holy shit! How fast were they going? Well, I mean, you're not going to go
were
that
you guys
fast, but
going
still,
the whole
that's
time?
terrifying.
For a while.
What?
Yeah, for a while, and then she put on the brakes, and when she pulled away, then I went down.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
That scares me. Honestly,
that's
like,
terrifying,
falling off
bro.
a bike scares the
Oh,
shit
that's
out of me.
a small one though. That's,
Yeah.
that's not one of the good ones.
No, I
Yeah, probably not.
but that was a fairly recent.
I got you.
out of all episodes, this would be the one episode.
So, how many episodes have we recorded? Over 50?
Yeah.
We recorded over 50. And this was probably my favorite one because Paul Sr. is here, and we recorded about what, 25 minutes, and one of our fucking SD cards just burnt out completely. We lost all the
I
footage.
think the camera's scared of him, man.
I don't know what it was. It was just fucked up. And
It was
Thomas
good
freaked
stuff,
out.
too.
It was
That
great
was so
stuff,
good,
bro.
God.
Great stuff. But you know what? What I'll do, because we have on the other SD cards, we got a lot of stuff saved. We could add it if
Yeah,
we need
we'll
to.
add it.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll
add
add it if we need to. But anyway, welcome back again.
Hey, second
Through
time
all
on the
this
show.
shit. We're really excited to have you. And I mean, we talked about everything earlier, and I feel
We
pretty
talked
bad.
about oxygen tanks on motorcycles
Yeah, we
with
did.
cigarettes.
Yeah, we did.
We talked about the museum, the restaurant.
So, well, I mean, we could catch up, right?
Yeah.
Paul originally is Orange County, New York.
New York.
New York. Get that
not
right, guys.
California, people. Not Cali, Orange County, New
He-
York.
I could show you the New York. See New York?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I had them do that on the show so people would, because people still were saying
Still wearing.
California, you know?
I think the best thing he said is like when you're riding in the snow is like if you don't
Yeah.
get the memo then
Yeah.
you have a problem.
Yeah, for sure, man.
And I
That's,
think all the years that we filmed, there was a lot of snow.
Oh, yeah.
We filmed all year,
Can't believe
so
I didn't
it didn't
think about
matter
it, bro.
whether it snowed or not. You still had a ride.
I didn't
you know?
even like really didn't even think about it. I'm not even gonna sit here and lie and act like I knew. Like
I think
did.
it's because we're just used to Orange County, California constantly. We see it everywhere, like on
But
You
TV.
who
got
would-
Orange County.
who would think?
You got Orange County, Florida, too, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we do have Orange County. You're right.
But AJ, who would think that Orange County would be in New York while it's snowing for motorcycles? Like people don't think that would make sense.
Yeah,
People that
I
were
agree.
from Orange County, New York.
They knew.
Yeah, they would know.
They would know.
Yeah.
for
But I
sure.
mean, how often are you riding motorcycles in New York? Really? Like, I mean, I
Yeah,
guess
it's what's nice about being in Florida. You can,
all the time.
yeah, pretty
Do
much.
you wish you came to Florida sooner or no?
like I said before,
Yeah.
if I was able to, like where I'm in Brooksville, but it's like not Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Listen,
different world.
The weather in Florida and all is great. You know what I mean?
Amazing.
We have a little farm there. It's great. You know, it's nice, quiet,
Yeah.
and the roads are very nice for riding. You can go out for the day and just ride through like country roads and farms, and that's what I like. You know.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
back in New York though, when the weather's nice, there's nothing better. You know,
Yeah.
because you got all the mountains. You
It's
know,
by upstate?
yeah.
It's upstate. Like by
About
Syracuse?
an hour and
Syracuse
15
or
out of New York City.
Okay.
What about Syracuse?
Like
How far is that?
Rochester?
No,
Close to
Rochester's way further up.
Further up.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of probably right in the middle between like New York
Maybe by
City and,
Homer,
and
But
Rochester.
New York's a beautiful place.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
I'm sure, especially like in the fall.
Yeah.
like the fall's just gorgeous for
In
sure.
winter,
A disaster. Yeah, you
You
gotta
don't
get a
really
lot of
have
snow.
a strong New York accent though. Like you
I
would,
don't.
Nah, not really. Like I mean, my patients are aggressive.
Like New York.
What are you talking
Well,
about?
they're probably
Manhattan.
from New York City.
City.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
It's a little bit different outside of the
Are you Italian
Italian and German.
and German? Okay.
Yeah.
So many Italians in New York. Is the accent a little mixed with Italian? Is that what brought the accent to New York?
You know what? You might have something there.
Yeah, I can see that happening because a lot of my patients who are Italian from New York have that little bit of, hey, how you doing? You know, like,
But
forget
Italians,
about it.
Italians don't really like New York Italians. I know that sounds weird, but I had a patient that was straight Italian. They don't really like Guidos, don't really like the,
That's
those
funny.
type of like New Yorkers.
Yeah, I don't know. It's different. So going back, we talked a lot about your restaurant, and it's located in Clearwater. That's where you have a lot of your memorabilia and a lot of the
Yeah.
choppers and stuff like
Said
that.
two big containers. He
Yeah,
said,
he had two big ass containers of memorabilia, bikes. I mean, every
Yeah.
kind of.
I
You
can't
said he had
relate.
75.
No, believe it
51.
or not, the 75 licenses.
75 licenses, right?
Yeah. Well, I have Christmas balls with my face on it.
that's crazy.
That's awesome.
On Amazon,
Yeah.
do you have a whole, like,
If you go to my restaurant, there's an area. It's just glass cases. It's
Yeah.
probably 50 feet, and those glass cases are just filled every square
Filled.
inch of it
Yeah. Shit.
of
insane.
of just different knives.
Knives, yeah, just kind of just
when
like
we
utensils.
when we started in the show was an overnight success.
Yeah, yeah, I'm
Now
sure.
I'm by trade I'm an iron worker. You
Oh,
know,
really?
I had a steel fabricating shop for 30 years.
what?
That's
That's
Before the
what I
show?
show. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
How
30
old were you
years.
when you started the show? Like the first episode.
56.
Damn.
Yeah.
I thought you were younger. Okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 50 something, 50s. So I'm a blue collar guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, the show, it was a freak because what happened was I had the steel shop, always a bike guy, and I decided that I want to put a little shop below my shop and build maybe 10 bikes a year.
Nice.
Just for
Fun.
Just for
passion.
Just for
you know?
passion, because you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jesse James?
Yeah.
He did a show on the West Coast.
Yeah.
And did very well.
Yeah.
And so Discovery went to Pilgrim Films, which is a production company, and said, find me a builder on the East Coast. Now, I just started maybe a month, 2 months of actually turning it into a business.
Yeah.
And I just got a website. I just opened it up. Just a
start
week before
fun.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were going through the websites looking for a builder on the East Coast. And they saw a picture of me and they said, this guy looks like a motorcycle guy.
Yeah.
Give him a call.
Did you have the mustache like that too?
Yeah.
of course.
Give him a call.
Yeah.
That was it.
That's it.
And then the show, we did the pilot, and then we did the first show of the series was like somebody opened up a dam.
Oh, really?
It was
Flooded.
It was crazy.
Crazy.
It was crazy.
Everybody knew you everywhere you went.
Our show played in 157 countries.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
That's
So no
insane.
matter where you go in the world,
But
people
how does
know
it
you.
How does it work, Paul? Let me ask you a question, because I know there's a lot of it's TV.
Yeah.
But how does it work if, let's say, I was one of the guys on TV and you built me a bike? Do you first of all, do you charge for that bike?
Yes.
The reality, of course. Okay, I get it. So you charge. Does the show pay you to build? Do they pay you for the bike?
Per episode,
how does
probably.
it work?
No, they pay you
Viewership,
They
maybe.
pay you for the episode.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Per
Which is
episode.
not a ton of money.
Yeah, but
We built bikes for the biggest corporations in the world.
yeah, everywhere. You
know,
built for every
HP,
major foundation, every corporations.
every big corporation that there is.
Yeah, you guys built
know?
it for everybody. Everybody wanted
I mean,
one.
when
Yeah.
you say bikes and choppers, you think of you guys. Like,
Yeah,
there's
that's the
nobody
only-
else.
I don't
Well,
think about
here's the
anybody else.
deal. Think about this for a second. TV was really popular back then.
Yeah.
So if you wanted a spot on a commercial, like a 1 minute commercial, it's like 10 grand.
Yeah.
So if you buy a bike and you do a show, you're getting 42 minutes
Of pure exposure. Exposure.
the big companies will pay.
Whatever.
Oh yeah, whatever the hell it is. Any of their products, you
so
sell it.
you
Anything
made- that's where you made your money.
for
commercials,
Sure. That
yeah.
makes sense.
Well, you made your money from the big companies. Some of them didn't really care about the bike.
Yeah.
They just wanted the TV time.
Yeah, of course. Just the
Because so many
time.
people are watching.
The airtime. You wanted the
so,
airtime.
Think about what it would cost them.
Oh, if they wanted to do it that long.
If they paid for
Yeah,
that kind,
for
and the
42
show,
minutes.
we had 3-5 million viewers a week in the show.
Golly.
And the show
Back then.
and the show played. Sometimes they would do marathons.
Yeah.
And it would still.
I remember the marathons.
This is why I think
Wait
his
till you
YouTube,
start doing YouTube.
His
You're
YouTube
gonna
channel is
kill it
going to
on
blow up.
YouTube.
I looked at a lot of his videos, and you're talking about a video that was up like a month ago or 2 months ago. It's already got like 500,000 views, and this is just like a small time interview. Like imagine him going back into a full time YouTube channel.
Oh,
You're
you're
going to
gonna
be
kill
doing great.
it. You know what they're doing
Yeah.
now too, Mr. Beast. He's taking your video and then they're finding people to translate it or say it in a different language.
Oh, good.
So
So
he's made more money from different languages like Chinese, Spanish, and everything. So they take the episode and they get a person that sounds like Paul.
Yeah, and they-
to say it in Spanish. Hola, ¿cómo
Yeah,
estás?
yeah,
and they
yeah.
make it so
Our
good.
show played like if you watching it in Mexico or
Yeah.
whatever,
That's how they sounded.
sounded like that.
They had to
Yeah,
get somebody with like a
imagine
deep
doing it in
voice.
multiple languages.
That is badass.
Yeah, man. And once you get on Snapchat and YouTube, you guys are gonna take over because I feel like there's still till this day nobody like you guys.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm not just saying that because there's not nobody that does
Well,
it like
he
you guys.
said it earlier
It's
'cause
not
his
just the
family.
bike too, though. I feel like it's like the whole thing, the package.
Family, the reality, the fights with him and Paul. I don't know if you didn't fight that much with Mikey though.
No,
Yeah, you love Mikey.
Mikey was just chill. Yeah,
no,
yeah.
Mikey
Paul
brought
was
out the best
hard-headed.
in me,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Junior was hard-headed, and I see that.
It's probably because you guys are similar.
yeah, it's probably
in
the
a
same.
way.
In a way.
In
yeah.
a way.
In a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Mikey always Mikey's just a special kid, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's just a
Good-hearted, just cool dude, right?
And our chemistry is next to none.
I love that.
No matter how mad I am,
It's hard to be mad at him.
Yeah, you can't be mad at him.
I love it. You can see how he smiles when he talks about Mikey too. I love it, man.
But I have 4 kids.
Okay.
I have one. My son took over my steel business.
Yeah.
And he's probably the biggest steel fabricator in New York.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Good for him.
New York State.
Oh, wow.
He has a
whole
huge
stage.
shop. He does all the high-riser buildings in New York City.
Oh my God, it's beautiful.
He does.
It's awesome.
He does really well.
Is this your older son?
No, Paul's the oldest, and then my son Dan
Dan, okay.
is the second, and then I have a daughter also.
Okay, and what's her name?
Kristen.
Kristen, is she in
She's
New
a
York
nurse.
also?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
man. That's awesome. You
nice.
got
She's
me
in
proud.
medicine.
In New York.
That's
She's
good,
in New
man.
York.
Good.
If she's ever in the area, do a podcast with her.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
A medical
I love
podcast.
It. I love it, man. Yeah.
They've not. My son Dan and my daughter didn't care for TV that much.
Yeah, well, some people just don't like it.
You know?
You
And
can't
people,
blame
even
them.
if they think they like it, the second you turn on that camera, people get nervous.
Yeah, it becomes.
I think though, I'll just tell you. So when I got the phone call to be on Discovery, they
Discovery.
said 1-hour documentary. You say to yourself, so I'm just a common iron worker, blue collar guy.
Yeah.
You know,
What am I gonna do?
What am I?
what do I? How do I? You never would you ever imagine in your? You guys are young, but if, in a lifetime that you'd ever be on TV.
I wouldn't think about. I don't know.
No,
Yeah,
like
never.
I still wouldn't. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
So you say to I say to myself, like, so I want to be on TV. What am I? I gotta. Do I dye my hair? Do I?
Yeah,
lose
what do I
weight?
do? Yeah,
Or
exactly.
do I
I
myself?
look good.
Do I talk differently? All that stuff goes through your mind.
For
you know?
sure. For sure.
And then at the last minute, I said, you know what? Fuck it.
I'm gonna be myself.
I'm just gonna be myself.
Yeah,
you know?
fuck yeah.
Because
And
that's
people
all
love
I
you.
know how to be.
Yeah,
I feel like if
exactly.
you weren't yourself, it
and I
wouldn't
think
work.
that had. I think that had the a big part of the success of the show.
Sure, you were completely yourself. But
People can see if you're like faking it too, man. Like
Yeah.
especially back
Yeah.
then.
And
Now
most-
it's a lot more fake.
Now it's mostly most reality TV is scripted.
yeah, it is scripted.
I
It's
hate
just annoying.
scripted.
But you know what? Honestly, Paul, let me ask you a question. The hype, the fame, the recording, the money, put everything to the side. Do you regret recording? Do you regret
No.
the shows at all?
No, I don't. I mean, listen, it's like anything else in life. You know what I mean? It has its ups and downs.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
everybody experiences that. You know, and you got to take the good with the bad. But I think it gave me an opportunity to make a big difference in a lot of people's lives.
That's
Yeah,
big.
I love that. Yeah,
And I
for
think
sure.
that once you realize that it's really not about you,
Yeah.
it's about the
people.
Family and the
making
people.
the difference.
Family, friends,
you know?
the people in need, veterans,
and,
right?
and we're blessed to be. I felt anyhow that I was able to be in that position. I mean, you know, I have 90-year-old ladies come to me and they start crying because they're so happy
They're
to
so
see
happy
me.
to see you, so
It's
excited.
like, it's kind
What
of
more
like,
do you want?
what did I
Right.
do? You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I don't really
man.
do, but it's,
you did.
But it's to see those people, whether it's, and we mentioned something about mentally challenged. Well, I do quite a bit with mentally challenged kids
Children
and
and
stuff,
stuff.
and it's amazing. It's amazing the reaction that they have. It's amazing, and I cannot understand it. One time I went into a mall, and I was in the food
Yeah.
court, and I see all these kids looking at me, you know, and I'm like, okay.
Okay.
And they were all together, and the lady that was with all the kids, she came up to me and she said, "Can you take a picture with my kids? They want to take a picture with you."
Oh, that's so sweet.
And so,
they're kids. How do they
they're
remember?
Yeah, how do you know what I mean? So I think that, you know, how does that happen? You know?
Yeah, you're right.
It's probably a great feeling.
Yeah.
And you got to
It's
think
a
about how
great
many
feeling.
families gathered, had dinner ready,
Yeah.
sat down, and
And
watched the
watching
show.
the show.
It's not even just the show; it's the memories too, right?
Yeah.
Like the memories of them watching the show.
100%,
Yeah.
100%. You know, I was there's like the stories. There's so many stories that I could never tell them all. But you know, like these guys were telling me they were Irish guys. You know, hardcore Irish, and they said, you know, I would they would go over their moms for dinner, you know, they'd go have a dinner, you know, and she'd be cooking, and she would say to them, all right, boys, it's almost 9 o'clock. We got to go watch the Chopper guys.
The Chopper guy.
Whether she finished cooking or not, if it was 9 o'clock,
I have to watch
you gotta go.
We're going to sit down and watch
That has
the
to
show.
be a great feeling.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
He was talking about, he was on a Trump show too.
Oh,
The Apprentice.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
he
you're
made
on
a,
The
and he made a
Apprentice.
bike for Trump.
Yeah.
That is badass.
That is
Have you
probably
ever met Trump?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a
he
I
was
mean,
on
on
the
the show,
show.
but like, have you met her outside of the show? Or
Yeah, he came
Really?
to my shop.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's from New York too, isn't he? Yeah, so
Yeah.
he's guys from New York.
Yeah.
And now he's from Florida. It's like you guys are the.
What do you think about Donald Trump? I think he's a good guy.
You know, he was always good to me, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, I guess you could look at bad and good in everybody.
and so
But, you know,
everybody.
the guy was not good to me, you know what I mean? So I like the guy.
Yeah.
You know, does everything he do. I don't really get into politics. It's
Yeah, I
just
don't
not-
blame you.
it's
I don't
not-
blame you.
it's
Yeah,
not-
neither do we.
it's
We
not
hate
good.
politics. We never talk about politics
And
on the
because
show.
everybody has
because-
their own opinion. On
Yeah,
something.
everybody's entitled
But
to their
again,
own
I love the
opinion.
way you answered it. To you, he was good.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're
That's
not
the
going
best
off
that
of
goes
somebody
a
else's
long way.
opinion.
Yeah, that's the best
To you,
answer.
he was good. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
And he's just gotten so popular compared to back then.
Yeah.
And I do feel like social media now, and that's one of the things I was thinking about earlier, like back then to be popular is so difficult compared to now.
Yeah.
Like back then to have a show, to have cameras, to have all of that was so much harder to get popular than it is now.
yeah, of course.
Like you think about
Of
it, now
course.
the camera's
I
on the
don't
phone.
even think I had a cell phone.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't even
ages,
think I had
man.
a cell phone when the show first started.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
yeah,
crazy. And the cameras were probably like this big.
Yeah, they were huge.
Yeah, they were huge.
Yeah, they were huge.
Times have changed so much. I'm honestly so excited to see you on the YouTube and Snapchat.
So the YouTube channel is your next step. What is it? I mean, you are getting older, right?
Take it easy. Take it easy, AJ.
Look, we're gonna talk.
Be
about
nice.
this. No,
He's
getting
mean
older.
sometimes.
I'm not mean. I'm not mean. I'm
Very straightforward.
I'm direct. No, the question is that I still feel like you're going quick. You're doing stuff. You're everywhere.
Yeah.
Right? Is there gonna be a point where you're gonna be like, all right, you know what? I need to relax now. You know, or you just can't sit at home and just say, yeah.
Well, like where I am in life right now, I can't like if I stay home. We have a farm there, right? I can't sit on the couch.
Yeah.
I got to do
There's no
something.
way. Yeah.
But there was most of my life I couldn't stay away from work.
Yeah. Yeah. You were
I
a
just couldn't. No matter what, I
workaholic.
could be sick. I could be
It does not
broken
matter.
leg. It didn't matter.
Had to
I worked 6, 7
Yeah, there's
days
a lot of
a week.
times on the
all
show you were
time.
But he
also
also
like,
did
I
what
feel
he
good to
loved.
remember.
He did what he loved, man. I feel like when you
And
don't
even
do
the
what you
steel
love.
business, I loved.
Yeah?
That's a tough business, man.
Yeah, for sure. It's competitive.
It was pretty competitive, but it's you're humping steel all day long. You know, you're out. If it's 100 degrees, you're welding in 100 degrees. If it's 0 degrees, you're welding in 0
Is that how you
degrees.
got big? All the
Probably
welding.
some part of it, but I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it because you basically started with a piece of steel, and when you were done, there was a building up.
That's
Yeah,
pretty
it's
cool.
insane.
That has to be amazing.
You know what I mean? And
it's
you
a great
drill
feeling.
holes, welding and clips and whatnot, and then boom, you go to the next.
Do you have to do
one.
any like engineering or anything before
Yeah.
that? Okay. You have to get a license. I mean, like a degree in it, or
No, but
Just
there's
experience?
when you bid the jobs, and then they have to be
And it's experience too.
designed and approved and all that.
Yeah.
if you could do it all over again, would you do the same exact
Yeah,
thing, or would you
I
do something
probably
different?
would.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, because I think even though you fuck up, you sometimes your screw ups or somebody else's, they benefit from
For
that,
sure.
They
you know?
learn from it. Yeah.
Yeah, they learn from it, you know, and I kind of think there's a reason for everything, and I think that it's part of your history.
Yeah.
Like the
100%.
belt, the notch, then another
Fact,
notch.
there's just
Every
another
part of
added.
your history.
Every part of your history is another notch in your belt, good,
Fact.
bad, or indifferent.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
You know, and it's a lot of times when you look back, it's not. There's regrets, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But there's always
Everybody
there's
has them.
always there's always a reason for something.
Yeah.
Like
I
even
agree.
when we were talking about Jay Leno, yes, he said what he said and whatever. That's part of your life. That's part of an experience.
Yeah.
Every part of your life, every mistake, every problem that happened is part of your journey.
Yeah, it's the journey. Yeah.
I think Jay Leno just wanted to fucking start some shit. To be
Yeah.
honest with you,
Bro,
I
but
think
you know
he-
what? Even that stuff is so good for you. Like
Yeah,
people
I
think bad
don't
press
like-
is not
like
good.
it. I don't I'm not a big retaliator, you know?
Yeah, you're really not.
They probably think you are. They don't think he's
Everybody's
crazy.
like, oh, no, but he's not, bro. Honestly, like, okay,
Yeah.
so like, I mean,
Before I met him, I really thought he was gonna be like
an angry
I thought he was gonna
person.
try to knock me out like when he sees me.
But everybody thinks the same thing until they meet me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
you're
they say,
completely-
"That guy's
you're-
crazy."
you're the nicest guy I ever met.
100%. I agree 100%.
And I really am that person, you know. Even before the show or whatnot, I always was respectful. You know, I learned respect when I was a kid. You know,
Yeah.
and to be humble. But the world humbles you. You know, I'm
It really
75,
does.
going to be 75.
What?
Yeah.
He looks good, doesn't he?
And
What the hell?
I didn't want to mention his age.
No, because he said he started at 56, and he said 20 years.
So
So,
you're
in my
thinking, yeah,
mind,
it's
I
like
did
mine.
calculate it.
Yeah.
But I didn't really. You don't look like that, and that's pretty amazing. Like any secrets you want to tell people in that age category, just don't give up.
Hard work. You know, no
Don't
matter
sit-
what you do.
You sit. I always like tell my patients, you're just like an old classic. If you just sit, you're gonna rust, and then the car's gonna break down. You keep moving, you're gonna avoid. You're not gonna get rust. You need to keep that oil moving.
Exactly.
It has to. There's no other way.
Yeah.
Because a lot of my patients are just sitting at home and they're just deteriorating
Yeah,
like
I could never
crazy.
I don't.
But he exercises routinely too. He
Yeah, I do.
exercises a lot. I mean, he's been
Yeah, I go to the
exercising.
gym. I've been going to the gym. You know, I got sober in 1985.
Yeah.
January was 30,
Sober
39 drugs and alcohol.
Oh,
Alcohol.
nice. Okay.
Yep.
In 1985, which is 39 years ago.
Yeah. It was a year before I was born.
And like once I got sober, I started to get back into like working out, and then I stopped smoking cigarettes
Yeah,
and
yeah.
started eating a little bit better, but I never stopped.
Yeah.
So I'm a compulsive person.
Yeah.
So I won't go like more than maybe 2 weeks without working out.
You have to.
And for 39 years.
Yeah.
That's
You know, so
consistency.
it's the
That's
consistency
Yeah.
that
That's why he's always toned. I mean, look at his age.
His
Look how
arms look
toned he
bigger
is.
than
With his
mine, dude.
arms,
I'm
right?
jealous.
Yeah, no, he's huge. He exercises a lot, and we don't have to talk about your health, but he is pretty healthy. And I love his work ethic. I think for me, my favorite thing is his work ethic. And when he showed up in my office, I was like, oh my god, I was so
Awesome.
excited.
I wanted to talk to you. You said that in 85 is what made you stop? Like, what was the trigger? Because I feel like everybody has a trauma.
you know
I don't know
what?
if you want to get into that. I apologize.
no, that's
but
okay. I don't mind talking about it. And I talked about it on the show too because I think it helps people.
That's what I mean.
For
Exactly.
sure.
Yeah, so I never was shy about it, you know. My answer is the grace of God. And the reason why I say that is because I was so addictive
Yeah.
to alcohol, drugs too, but mostly alcohol, that it didn't matter who asked me or what the situation was for me to stop drinking.
Yeah.
Like you had a baby.
Yeah.
You got no.
No, it doesn't matter.
Because you're
Yeah, it
too
doesn't matter.
possessed by, I was ready to die, and I was in the physical condition from drinking so much that
You coughed
I
up
was
a lot of blood.
starting to like
Yeah.
starting to deteriorate, and so I said, you know,
You
like
just woke
I
up one
felt so
morning?
helpless, you know what I mean? Like I couldn't do it, you know, and yeah, I woke up and I had the steel business. It was small then, but it was something that I built. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you were proud of it.
And I didn't want to give it up. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
And some reason or other, I didn't drink that day. You know?
Yeah.
And I went to an AA meeting.
Yeah,
which I hated.
Yeah.
Which I hated.
I don't blame you.
But I didn't drink. You know?
Yeah.
And I haven't drank for 39 years. But you know how I don't have an answer other than
A story
the
like
Yeah.
I woke up and I was in jail and
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
No, I've been there, done that.
Yeah,
You know,
I've been there.
that never really did
I saw a
it, so-
documentary. I saw a documentary on YouTube. Actually, it was a kind of quick story about you, and they said that I mean, yeah, you don't know if these are always true.
Everything's
That's what I'm
exaggerated.
asking. It's
Yeah.
exaggerated,
Half
but
of
they're
it's
like,
bullshit.
they mentioned that like you used to wake up, like you woke up and sometimes on the weekends and you have no idea where you were. You know,
Yeah, that's the truth.
You know,
That part was the truth.
Or you coughed up,
They
you
were
started
fine.
coughing up blood, right?
Yeah.
You started coughing up blood, and then they were like, you know what, fuck it, I had to stop. I can't be doing this shit no more, you know. And look at him now since 1985.
But I mean, it takes one person watching right now to hear that and be like, you know what, dude, if he did it, I
Wow.
want to do it. And you save somebody's life.
For sure.
Just
The,
for sure.
the odds are the percentage to stop is
Yeah.
it's
Especially
pretty
cigarettes.
Not good.
I honestly feel like cigarettes is harder than
Dude,
everything
I had
else.
a hard like a year. It took me a year later to stop smoking cigarettes. But yeah,
That shit was
Oh, I feel
rough,
like no,
That's-
they released a study. It's harder than heroin.
Yeah.
To quit
Yeah,
cigarettes is
it's
harder
not
than heroin.
agitation, agitation.
It's no joke.
Yeah,
It's no joke.
yeah,
I mean, think
agitation.
about it. There's people that have like, you know, like that little machine.
Yeah.
Well, the
they
guy
have
you were talking
cancer,
about.
colon cancer, lung cancer, on oxygen, on BiPAP, still smoking.
Yeah.
I told you the person smoking a cigarette with the oxygen tank on a motorcycle. Like, how
about
addicted do you have to
trach?
be?
I see
Your
people
trach.
put the cigarette in the.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah,
That's
100%. It's nuts.
Hello.
Bro, I was at a gas station one time and I was in line and the lady in front of me bought 4 packs of cigarettes, right? And she's like, this is exactly how she sounds,
Yeah.
right? And the guy was like, wow, 4 packs of cigarettes. She's like, honey, I was diagnosed with lung cancer and I'm dying. My doctor gave me 3 months, so I'm gonna live and enjoy my life, literally.
Yeah.
Like, and she's just continued to smoke, and it's like, fuck, bro, I
It's
don't
a
know.
full
What does
addiction.
it take for people to understand that this shit is
It's
a disease?
100% mental.
The nastiest
I think
thing in the
patches
world.
don't work, meds don't
Yeah,
work.
you're right.
It's
It is.
100%
It is.
mental.
It is.
Unless you're not mentally ready.
Yep.
One of the things my patient told me today, like she's like, I really appreciate you for one thing. And I advise this to all the doctors. Stop telling them to quit when they're not ready. It's
Yeah.
annoying. It's
100%.
annoying because like
100%
all their
right.
family members can tell them to quit for free.
Yeah.
You don't need to waste your time in a visit. Like she was like, I went into my doctor and I kept saying I can't breathe. Oh, you're smoking? Yeah, it's your smoking. It's like, God, stop bringing
Yeah,
that
stop
up.
bringing that up.
I'm
Yeah.
coming to you for advice. I know I smoke. I know the smoking caused lung
No,
damage. I need help.
a lot of people don't think like that.
Yeah.
Like,
they
leave it
don't.
alone.
It's like stop drinking.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? You
Thanks.
think
You-
it's that
Look
easy?
at your family.
Thank you.
Everything's
That doesn't do
turning
shit.
to shit. You know,
That doesn't
fuck.
shit.
Don't.
Yeah.
And-
Don't.
and I
gotta come up with a game
want to
plan.
do it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
For yourself.
You just say it one time. When you're ready,
That's what I
talk
always tell
to
them.
me.
Yeah.
When you're
When
ready,
you're
I'm
ready,
here for you, and
I
I'll do
got you,
whatever it
you know?
takes to help you quit.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
here for you. But the thing is sometimes for your patients, they want to make you proud, right? Like
Yeah.
my patients that lose weight, I feel like they lose weight for me. Like literally every time they lose weight, they high five the front desk, they high five
Yeah,
everybody
yeah, that's
because it's like a
okay.
journey for them. Like,
Yeah,
are you
yeah.
proud of me, doctor? And they feel good. If you're a shitty ass doctor and you don't give a shit about their health, they're not gonna give a shit.
they're not gonna give a shit.
So you have to
Yeah.
actually care about them as a
100%.
person for them to
100%.
open up and feel good about it.
Yeah, I agree.
I had told you I had a patient. He was like 400 pounds. He hasn't had sex with his wife in 20 years. She like his dream was to travel to Europe. His wife kept like, I want to leave you because she was young and
Yep.
healthy. And he was like, Doc, I just want to die. He told me, he was like, I want to kill myself. I hate my life. And I looked at him and I said, like, are you ready for a change? Because I can't guide you if you're not ready
you're not
mentally.
ready. Yeah.
And he looked at me and he started crying. He's like, I'm ready, please. Like, I'll do whatever it takes. So I sat with him every single week after week. Finally, he lost like 100 pounds, okay? Came in,
amazing.
high fives, everybody's like, Doc, I had sex with my wife yesterday. Okay? He just came in, he traveled.
Wow.
His whole life changed. He's such a happy person.
Yeah, love it.
But like just being there for them instead of diet, exercise. What the does it mean diet
Yeah.
and exercise?
Don't lose
I'm
weight.
paying, my insurance is paying you a lot of money for you to tell me diet and exercise. Tell me what diet, how to exercise.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
the whole point of being
I
a
agree.
doctor.
I agree.
Like, what's the point
I
of having a
agree.
degree if you're not going to actually like advise them in the right way?
But you said it earlier, like it is, they have to be mentally ready.
Yeah.
And this is why, like when I sit with my patients, what I do is like if they start telling me, oh, I'm struggling to lose weight, I tell them, listen, I will sit for the next 30 minutes right now and give you everything you need. But are you going to listen? If they say, you know what, yes, I'm ready, I'll give it to them. But if they're like, I don't know if I'm going to do it honestly, I'm like, okay. When you're ready, your next visit, we'll talk about this again. If you're ready, we'll talk about it. They have to be mentally
and set the
ready.
goals for them.
Yeah,
Like,
they
that's
have
what I
to
do.
set
So
goals.
usually I'll put it in their calendar, bring their phone. They don't know how to use it. I'm not gonna lie, but I'll set it like week 1, 1 pound, week 2, and I'll set it for them, and then they follow it. If you don't give them a game plan, it's not gonna work.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. I agree.
Not everybody's gonna wake up and say, "Fuck this! I'm not drinking. I'm not doing drugs anymore."
Yeah, exactly.
And there's so many people that have like recovered, and look at how much you turn your life around. I mean, your
Yeah.
life that one morning, if you did not do that, your life would have went a whole different direction.
Yeah, for sure. He
Which
probably
is
wouldn't be
kinda
alive
crazy.
right
No, I
now. He
wouldn't
probably
be.
wouldn't be alive.
No, I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
probably wouldn't have been alive. I mean,
Off topic, random question: does anybody mistake you for Hulk Hogan?
Yes.
Oh fuck, that's probably annoying.
You don't see Clearwater.
Yeah. No, I know he is. Yeah. But I don't know, maybe it's the hat or the mustache, but I mean, he's a big guy.
He's
like 6'4", 6'5". You know what I mean? He's really
huge.
He's huge. But
Y'all
yeah,
do
a
look
lot of
alike.
people do.
If you
you
wore
met him?
yellow, it'd be
Yeah, I
done.
met him. Yeah.
You met him?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
met
cool.
him.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
You like red, huh? I noticed that. Like that. Is that your favorite color?
My hat, yeah.
Yeah.
I wear a lot of black, but I like red too. Yeah.
So
Black and red.
so besides motorcycles, besides recording, besides your family, your wife, your kids, who are you really? What do you really love to do that's outside of the norm that a lot of people don't know about?
You know, I like to fish. You know.
Okay, nice.
Hell yeah.
You know, I have a cabin up in a mountain, small cabin. You know, and I kind of. I like sex.
Yeah, nice. My man.
You know,
my man.
Riding bikes.
And sex. Fuck yeah. This is why I like him. You don't understand. You see why I
is that you're asking a question. You know, what are the things that?
Yeah.
you
Fuck
know.
yeah, sex.
So that's pretty much it. You know, bikes and it's like I like to work.
Yeah.
I like to work.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I
Because you love your job.
Yeah.
You love your job. Because your job, there's new projects, new colors,
Because
new
he's not chasing
engines,
money.
new motors.
He's doing
Exactly.
what he loves.
Yeah.
Because he made his money earlier in life, and he didn't have to stress it, so he did everything he loves.
Yeah.
Speaking of sex, I don't want to switch off topic. If you couldn't get it up anymore, would you get an implant? Penile implant.
He's like, fuck no.
I know it's a weird question, but
You know what?
Is it that
I
important?
would think about it.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I mean,
Why
Talk to
not?
your doctor first, to be honest with you. I
Yeah,
think you need to talk to your doctor first about it. And then,
I'm not there yet, bro.
yeah, not that. Bro, AJ,
Yeah.
I had a guy. His wife left him and cheated on him. He's 73 years old. His wife cheated on him, left. He was so depressed. He's like, Doc, this goddamn dick won't get up, and I'm annoyed. I want a penile implant. So he puts a penile implant, right? Happiest man I've ever seen in my life. Next visit, I'm not exaggerating. He comes in with a 40-year-old girl. He's 72 years old.
Shit.
And he goes to the bathroom, and the lady's like, he's an animal. This guy, 40 minutes, he won't stop. She has no idea. All he has to do is deflate it, and it goes down. She's like, he's an animal, man. Dude, the amount changed his life. He was such a happy person. So, like, I mean, they might say don't do it, but if it makes you happy, do it. Who gives a shit?
Listen, your sex life is a big part of your marriage.
Huge.
Huge. You know what I mean? It's like if that goes away, it's just what's next.
Your
roommates.
friends, your roommates.
You know, you're never going to be 20 again.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Yeah, it's obvious.
But you know, it's important. It's important to me.
Yeah,
It's
100%.
important to me. You know,
If you ever get to that point, which you're nowhere near it,
I got you. Get the pump.
I got you. Get the
He's
pump.
the expert in penile implants. by
I'm
the
an
way.
expert at it. Yeah, I got you. I got the right guy for
Yeah,
you.
he does.
You won't need it. Don't worry.
Do you prescribe like Cialis a lot? I do.
Okay.
Tons of
My
fucking
number one
Cialis,
rule
bro.
is this: do you wake up with morning wood? So
Yeah,
first question.
exactly. That's
If
a
you
good
wake
question.
up with morning wood, even just a little bit, I'll give it to you. If
Yeah.
you don't wake up with morning
That's
wood, it's a
pointless.
waste.
Yeah, it's pointless.
Because you're not getting circulation.
Yeah.
Like how do you get an erection? It's blood supply, right?
Yeah.
It vasodilates and you get an erection. If your blood is constricted, it won't get up. So no matter what you take, it's not going to do it.
It's not going to help. Yeah,
So
I
if
agree.
you don't wake
I
up with
agree.
morning wood, it doesn't work.
Yeah, I agree.
Most people won't work. Some people, you know, again, like some people can get it up, but it just doesn't last.
Yeah.
And it like falls back asleep. I always like, as long as the wife's not there, because sometimes it's psychological.
It
So I
is.
did have
A
a
lot of it
guy.
is
I had a
psychological.
guy, and I was like, hey, like if you're having sex with your wife and like you think about something else, he's like, dude, I freaking hard as a rock. So it's psychological. Like a lot of erectile dysfunction is psychological. 'Cause if you-
Yeah, it is.
A huge
Even
part
when
of it.
you're younger.
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
is, too,
Yeah,
you know,
it
it's
is.
a mental
A
thing.
lot of
too.
patients of mine, they watch porn. Like
Yeah.
porn, they can get an erection watching porn, but they've been married for 40 years.
Yeah.
And it's just for some reason, maybe it's just that connection with their wife that they don't get it anymore.
But why is it always the wife that bitches about it? That's one thing I noticed. Like,
What do you
if
mean?
like, I'll give you an example. Out of 10 couples, right? If the man is the problem, the woman will always say he can't get it up. He's boring. His is flop. That's what they tell me. His is floppy. Like, but if the woman is a problem and she's dry and there's like spider webs, the man doesn't complain.
Yeah, but
he doesn't whine.
The problem is that I don't care. I'm probably gonna get a lot of heat because of this
Oh,
shit.
I'm gonna- oh,
it's
so much.
so much easier for women, bro, because it's like
Just put
we're
some
like a
lube
diesel
and call
truck.
it.
Lube it up and they're fine.
Yeah,
it does
we
not
have to-
fucking matter. You have to work on it. It's
Yeah.
gotta be like fucking pump that shit engine.
But the girls will say, well, the man has to turn me on. No, you just lubricate.
Yeah,
That's
lubricate that shit, bro. Sorry, you know.
Look, I don't know how it turned into lubrication and penile implants with Paul on the episode. I do
Because he mentioned
apologize.
sex, and we were like, Paul's like, yeah, we're talking about
that's right.
sex.
It's my fault.
That's awesome, man. Well, we've been going on for
I
this
know.
is fucking fun. We had a lot of fun. Paul, man, anything else that you want to talk about?
Wisdom, anything that you would recommend?
You know, we look up to you, and I'm sure millions of people look up to you, and we just want to see is there something that you really kind of want to say to our followers or viewers, other than.
I mean, you know, everybody's got a different thing in life, you know, and
Yeah.
you know what I found is never say never.
I love that.
I like that.
I love that.
And the reason why I say that is because I never thought that I could get sober. Never in a million years, you know, and I did.
Yeah.
So it's
amazing.
kind of like, if that could happen,
It can happen
you
for
know,
anybody.
you can, and it doesn't necessarily mean drugs or
Yeah,
whatever
or
it may be.
alcohol
You
or
know,
smoking
if
or-
you want to start your own business, you know
Yeah.
what I mean.
Go for it.
You could go for it. Yeah, do it. That's-
Don't let people tell you otherwise.
Yeah, don't. You know what I
F
mean?
everybody, yeah.
It's life's a journey, and a lot of it's not what picturesque, you know.
Yeah,
and,
100%.
And you know, if you fall down, you got to get up.
Yeah.
You know,
love that.
got to get up. People try things and. You know, this is not for me, or this is not going to work. That's bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Put your heart, your soul, everything you got into it, and then
And some.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
for sure.
I feel like you're the definition of somebody doing something they love. I feel like at the end of the day, if you do something you love, you'll be successful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate you, honestly.
Yeah,
like,
bro. Thank you
millions.
so much for
Thank
coming
you.
on the
Thank
show,
you,
man. Honestly,
and guys, check out the museum. Before we post the episode, me and AJ are gonna go there. We're gonna record all of it. It's gonna be amazing. I
Yeah, it'll be a
can't
lot of fun.
Look forward, and then make sure you guys check him out on YouTube, Snapchat, all social media platforms. He's gonna be back
Yep.
and better than ever. So I'm super excited for that.
Paul Senior, Orange County Choppers. Welcome, my man. Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so
We
much,
love you,
man.
brother.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. That was awesome.